Bing, bing, wahoo, fellas. I love me some music. I don't know if that was ever obvious. On Instagram, I announced a brand new video about music. Isn't that crazy? So, I'm going to be talking about music. Why? Why are you talking about music again? Well, you see, my little boys and girls, children of all ages, freaks and geeks, trolls and derps, I'm sorry for stealing! It's that I'm a huge fan of just music. Music always encompasses that atmosphere. You mess up some music, you messed up the entire game. So, I'm gonna be doing this again, because last time I did it, I was a ding-dong dumb brain. I'm like, I know Peace and Tranquility is good, but is it really better than what I'm gonna have at number 10 instead? So, this time, I spent some genuine time, because for like a good week, between the school and the way real life is working right now, I decided to go through songs that I've listened to over the years and just decide which is the best. So I spent genuine time on this, and now I'm here and I'm ready to do it again. So let's do it. I'm doing this part right here in one take. I don't like doing intros in multiple takes. Pardonnez-moi. So, this is just, let's just get right into it. You know, you ever heard of Philip DeFranco say, let's just jump right into it? But we're not jumping because this is music, so let's get our headphones. Let's get our headphones and get right into it. Pokemon Sword and Shield may not be a good game, but this boss theme is genuinely great. Rose was obviously the bad guy from the very beginning, there was no doubt, but that doesn't mean that his final boss does not impact you in any way. There was a genuine relationship that you and Rose had built together over the game that might not have impacted most. It certainly left a bit of a bitter feeling in my mouth. I genuinely thought that this guy was a good person at the beginning of the game, and now I realize that he's really just out for himself. With the theme shouting, "Go Rose, save everyone," it really makes you believe that he is just egotistical and is really believing that everyone is shouting for him to go save the day, which clearly in the end is not what's happening at all. When the choice came between Wake Up, Get Out There and Rivers in the Desert, I had learned that I had actually listened to this a whole lot more and actually enjoyed it a lot more than Rivers in the Desert. I think this mainly because I love the opening of this game, both the animation and of course the music, so obviously I think that Wake Up, Get Out There is better. The opening to P5 or Persona 5 or P5 Persona 5 or P5 Persona 5 Royal, you know, whatever you want to call it, it's a really good song, and honestly, it is, you know, kind of overlooked, I think. Maybe it's just because I'm not deep within the Persona fandom. No, I really don't want to be, but maybe I'm just stupid, and maybe I'm the one overlooking the song. Who knows? When it really came down to it, I had three choices: Galeem, Darkon, and then Final Destination. Obviously, I went with Darkon. I feel like adding Galeem and Darkon together would be, would be a little dumb, so I went with just Darkon. Not only are you really battling to save not just the planet, but the entire universe of Super Smash Bros., but you're fighting a giant tentacle monster thingy with mega huge attacks. It's a little strange, to be honest. Like, we don't know the entire lore behind this guy, but it's odd nonetheless. Darkon is a beast of what we can assume is pure evil, similar to how Crazy Hand works, being the Crazy Hand to Galeem's Master Hand. So, it's a little weird. This guy has a lot of moves that can really impede on your journey, such as stopping time, spawning bombs, and even attacking you with a giant beam. But other than that, the song is really good. You know, I was a real idiot for not including a Super Mario Galaxy song in here, and my original plan was to do that. But I was stupid and I made it the honorable mention. But now we have the final Bowser battle here, and my top 10 game songs. It should belong here, and it does, and it is here, and my opinion on it is very high. I love Super Mario Galaxy. I love its music. I think it's one of the best soundtracks in gaming history, but I wanted to, not go overboard with it, so I decided to go with this song here. This game and this song is really good, and I don't think anyone can change otherwise. I think this may well be the best final battle theme in history. The way it slowly peaks upward is awesome to hear, especially as you're fighting Bowser, the big baddie you've been chasing the entire game. The song is good, and the battle is even better. You Are All Bad Guys is a really good song. It actually has 3 different parts. Phase 1, which doesn't take place in a death pit of darkness. Phase 2, which does take place in a death pit of darkness. And Phase 3, where it takes place in this weird area between space and time, after Mustache Girl, which the mustache does not get explained, begins breaking all the timepieces, and everything starts to break. It's a little, weird how this game, which raised less than Ukulele, did so much better and had much better music. Somehow it did, especially the song right here. This indie game Wonder Story is similar to how Shovel Knight did its thing, where it promised a lot and it gave us a lot. It raised all its funds and its Kickstarter goal and gave us everything that we wanted in a game. Good music, good gameplay, and good bosses, especially the song. Fighting a Mustache Girl is tough and by no way easy. It's really hard to dodge her attacks, and with the music in the background being so intense, it's really hard to, focus. But the bad guys cheering you on is like, wow, I've influenced everybody. It's time to win! Similar to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I essentially had 3 choices. Megalovania, Hopes and Dreams / Save the World, and Last Goodbye. I went with Last Goodbye because as of recently, I've really gotten into Undertale's feeling with how it works music. After the bait that the game was over, you're now actually going against the credits, making sure not to get hit by any of them. And if you can dodge all of them, you get a little special surprise at the end of the game. It's a little weird how Toby Fox has somehow made credits fun to watch. Credits are usually just a thing you want to skip, but somehow him and his Tem have also somehow made credits extremely fun to go around and try and avoid, and even play every time. Sometimes I go back and I just play the credits just to avoid them. I've never done it perfectly, but I've gotten pretty close. This credits theme is really good. 9 times out of 10, credits themes aren't that good. I think the only exceptions I can think of are Super Mario 64 and obviously Super Mario Galaxy. But this song does really well with how it works, and I think that should be praised. After the long and treacherous journey to seal the infection within yourself, you're finally fighting the beast attempting to do it all himself. The one who cannot accept defeat, the Hollow Knight. This guy is a force to be reckoned with, and his song is impeding your process. Because why would you want to stop listening to a song this good? Why would you want to beat this guy, even though his backstory is super dark and, and even you wouldn't want to beat him at all because both the song and the backstory make you feel really bad for him. This song is incredibly endearing and is incredibly eerie. It's odd how a song this archaic could make it into a game like this. A song so big and loud somehow in a game that is usually 9 times out of 10 ambience. Most of the time you'll hear boss music, but it won't be this loud or this bombastic, I suppose. It's strange. But nonetheless, the song is fantastic, and I do believe it deserves to be on this list. So when you said Stardust Speedway Bad Future, which one did you mean?
All of them.
You sure?
Yeah.
You said all of them, right?
All of them!
Sonic CD is said to be the worst Sega Genesis game, at least in Sonic's era. And to be completely honest, they aren't wrong. Sonic CD is easily my least favorite out of the Sega Genesis games. Sonic 1 and 2 easily overshine it, and it doesn't even compare to its younger brother Sonic 3. Either way though, the music is still good, just with every Sonic game, and Stardust Speedway is my favorite song in the entire game, and its inevitable remixes, especially Sonic Generations and Sonic Manias. This game slash music song slash whatever you want to call it is fantastic. It emphasizes that Metal Sonic is truly a robot because you hear metal clanking sounds in it, and there are even songs that use the Hit It soundbite that you can hear sometimes, and this even inspired the Hugh 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 meme that many decide to call funny. I'm not one of them. It's not that I don't find it funny, it's that I just don't see it, but I do think that some people are in the right mindset thinking that Sonic CD is funny because it is funnily horrible. It's odd how many people say that this game was the best. Some people say it's the best. No, some people say it's the best, some people say it's the worst. I'm among the people who say it's the worst. It's good, like, this song is good, as I've said before. Metal Sonic as a character, though, is a bit different. Just like how Sonic does to this guy here, Sega basically does the same thing to his character. Especially in Sonic Forces, where they basically just use him for one boss fight, and then he basically never shows up again. It's kind of stupid how Sonic Team has been using Metal Sonic recently, and I really hope they start using him the same way the Archie comics did before they, stopped making them. But hopefully one day we'll see a good Metal Sonic. When it comes to racing, Sonic has never really landed on his feet all that well. Sonic Drift 1 and 2 are both very boring, some other Japanese exclusive racing games, and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing was fun, All-Stars Transformed was even better, and Team Sonic Racing is amazing. I think it's better than both of the two before it, and infinitely better than Sonic Drift, and this song is pretty good as well. I think that Team Sonic Racing does a really good job with its composers. I think they made a really good choice bringing in T. Lopes for a lot of these, even this one. It's just really good all around. I think that putting some violins in there as well for the final lap, and you can faintly hear it during the other parts of the race, I think that was a really good idea, and it really encapsulates that this is, a desert level. It's really fun, and it's unlike most other desert race levels that I've played, and I really do think you should check this out. Guys, I have something to say. I said to Adam the other day, poop.
Done editing that video?
Last part of the video? What do you mean? I thought you were done.
There's one more song left.
Another song? What do you mean? We've got like 9. Isn't that enough? It's what?
It's one of your favorites, dude.
Just like with some choices beforehand, I had 3 options. The Void Termina theme, Parallel Mage Sisters, and Galactonite. Obviously, I went with the warrior from another world who could be Meta Knight in the future. There's a lot of theories pointing to the fact that Galactonite is actually Meta Knight from the future, seeing as Galactonite is the greatest warrior in the galaxy who was sealed away due to his power, and Meta Knight being the only one who's been seen using the Galaxia sword, other than Kirby one time in Amazing Mirror. But let's be real, I don't think even Hal wants to recognize that game. But Galactonite seemingly has a lot of features that relate to Meta Knight, obviously. First off, obviously, the mask. Both of them have very similar masks. Both of them have a similar stature to Kirby. Well, they both even have wings, and their masks, like I said earlier, they're really similar to each other. Galactonite, of course, has a shield, and instead of like a sword like Galaxia, he has more like a needle sort of thing, which he can use to cut through time and galaxies, as you've seen here. But it's crazy to me how people have come to the conclusion that Galactonite is Meta Knight from the future. But I think it's true, obviously. I wouldn't have talked about it had I not thought it was true. But I do think that Galactonite is a warrior from the future. This song has been used since Kirby Superstar Ultra, which was first seen when Meta Knight asked, hey, can I fight the strongest guy in the universe? And he sent Galactonite. Galactonite, of course, is easily beaten if you have the right abilities, or just, cheese him to death, as most people do. Meta Knight's abilities really do go understated in these games, but Galactonite is crazy. I especially love his theme in Super Kirby Clash, which was a free-to-play game on the Switch. You could play that for free, and technically you could finish it for free, but, you'd probably have to pay some money to get in. Oddly, though, Galactonite has never actually appeared in a canon role. He's only appeared in side games and mini games, I suppose. He never appears in a mainline. He never appears mainly in the story. Always after the story ends. So people have been debating whether or not Galactonite is truly canon, along with his sequel, Morpho Knight, which only appears in Kirby Star Allies. I do like to believe that Morpho Knight and Meta Knight are canon, simply because all the characters that you're playing as are canon, and they wouldn't be interacting with Meta Knight or a Galactonite in a mainline game if they weren't canon. Then the games wouldn't be canon. So I do believe that both Morpho Knight and Galactonite are canon to the story, and are probably from the gods that Kirby talks about and, defeats all the time. It's a little weird how Kirby's all constantly fighting gods, but my favorite is actually a clone, kind of. Clone, maybe future version of Meta Knight. It's weird. It's hard to understand, but it's definitely worth looking into, and I think if you were to ever look into any Kirby character, I think this guy would be the most interesting to delve into. There's a lot of mystery surrounding his character, and we never truly know who he is, and we may never know.
And that's the end. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As per usual, I of course always implore you guys to either hit that like button or don't. Hit that dislike even. I don't know how bad I'm doing, so tell me in the comments below. I don't got a whole lot of time. I'm actually working on something after this video, which you guys know about because I announced it in the announcement video that came out at the beginning of the month. Or the end of last month. I'm currently recording this at a time where I'm not done with the announcement video yet, but, so, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Once again, I implore you to hit that dislike button or hit that like button, whichever one you guys think is more worthy. And, welcome Sonic to the ACU, the Atom Cinematic Universe. Don't know why I did this, I just thought it'd be funny. So, thank you guys, and we'll see you on the flip side.